Hello and welcome to a behind the scenes of the Shattered Soul prototype. My name is Jarrett, and today I'm going to be walking you through the process that we take to actually add objects and items to the game. One thing that I'm actually going to be focusing on today is adding in the Ferris wheel and making it so it's actually climbable. A little bit of level development so that it's actually easier to do some other things in it, such as climb onto the swinging boat ride. And then another thing that we're going to be doing is actually going back and updating the code on the swinging boat ride. Alright, so this is Shattered Soul in Unreal 5.4. This is our carnival level, as we call it internally. And in our models, I actually do have a Ferris wheel. Pulling it into the level real quick, you can see that it is one leg with a wheel that has spokes. But unfortunately, what happens if I try to rotate it to spin the wheel, the whole model rotates. So we're going to go ahead and build the first bit now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a cylinder. One of the problems with doing this is it adds a lot more calls to the screen, so it can actually cause things to be a bit more laggy, especially if you're trying to calculate light off of it. Z-fighting. So Z-fighting is when the textures of one object perfectly intersect with the textures of another object. And then we're going to make this outer radius. This is probably way too much. Oh, it's too little. How about 2,000? There we go. And we're going to actually add a couple more legs. So these platforms are not going to be rideable in the traditional sense where you'd get in on the Ferris wheel. The way that I understand them is that they're going to be a platform for the players to fight each other on top of. And then one thing we need to do for all of these static meshes we've created is actually give them a collision. So right now they don't have any collision. You can just walk right through them. What we're going to do though is now drag these rotation points into the spots that we want them to be in. This is called the moment that the game starts and the moment that this actor exists. So I'm holding control also to select all of these, and I can drag and drop them into our blueprint here. And so these are not only components of the blueprint itself, but they're also variables. Play, and that is going way too fast for what we need. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to change this rotation rate to 25. I think that's probably going to be a little too far, but we'll see. Ferris wheels are generally pretty lazy. Actually, that might be just about perfect. So we're going to hit stop, and we're going to go back here, and we are going to add in a for each loop. I'm going to select every single cart and paste to make sure that they're all at the same position. But one good thing that every coder should do is as you are coding, you should be commenting everything that you're doing to simulate real world physics on every frame. Pretty nice. So this is actually all set and ready to go. No changes need to be made here. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a detour, actually, to the boat. Well, I think that's actually all the time I have today. Hopefully, we'll be back with more of these as we develop further. But for right now, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, well, look forward to the game, I guess.